So, how would you like to get this sweet PowerPoint video template absolutely free? No wallet or opt-in required. Just click the link below to download the zip file, unzip it, and then follow along with me in this tutorial as I show you how to modify it. Plus, as a special bonus, I'll show you my brand new process for timing these slides absolutely perfectly, changing out the music, so stay tuned for that. You aren't going to believe how easy this is. Let's get started. This freebie comes from the Decinema 2 anamorphic collection of PowerPoint video templates, and it uses the bakery font that I've included in your download. If you don't have this already, just right-click on it and click Install. Then we're ready to open up the template and modify it to make our own awesome video. Click the Enable Editing button the first time you load the template, and job one is to go to File, Save As, and choose a location on your computer and give the template a different name so you don't screw up your master. This deck has 12 slides and uses 10 images. On the first slide, I'm going to hold my Control key and use my mouse wheel to zoom out a little bit. And then I'm going to click on the speaker icon, which is the music background, and I'm going to mute it. You'll see why in a minute. Let's zoom back in a little. And for advanced templates like these, I'm going to go to the Home tab and open up the Selection pane. All the slides have lots of stuff layered on top of each other, so using the Selection pane is how we'll be able to get at the items that we want to modify. I'm going to go ahead and hide all, and let's kind of look at some of these objects. There's a text object and a photo logo. Modifying text is easy, so I'm not really going to belabor that too much. We'll go ahead and swap this image out for our own picture though. So right-click and go to Format Picture. Under the fill, let's go ahead and choose File, find your own image that you'd like to use, and Insert. Close the Format pane, and depending on the image that you use, you might want to go to the Format and Crop. Make sure it fits well. Click Crop, and then you can also resize this if you like. Go ahead and Show All, and click the little star to preview. Let's move on, and usually the first thing I'll do here is to go ahead and preview. And I want to make note of where the title element comes into play. This one is in the lower left-hand corner. Let's go ahead and hide all, and with all of the items hidden, I can see that there's still an image, so I know that this is a background image. Let's right-click on it, go to Format Background, under Fill, choose File to pick our first image. So in picking images, I want to kind of pick one that lets that title element not cover up the image. So let's pick this one. Show All. Close this to get a little more real estate, and then Preview. I'll be using Maggie the Wonder Dog for my video. And the next thing to do is to modify the text. So let's hide all, turn those two text boxes on, and then just make your modification. Show All again, and then Preview. And that's pretty much it. Just follow that process for the rest of the slides that require images. Here's a couple of extra tips for you. If I play this, we'll see that some of the elements kind of cover up Maggie here. And if we hide all again and then bring in a couple of these are these E1 objects right here. Personally, I think these kind of clutter up the slides just a little bit, so I'm going to turn them off in my project. So I'll Show All, and then just snip these down, and then Preview again. There, I think that's still nice, but a little bit cleaner. And then also for some slides, if you want to move the title objects, let's go ahead and hide all. I'll choose the text boxes, and the little swatch backgrounds are these items right here, so let's turn those on. And if I want to move them, all you have to do is select everything, drag it to where it makes sense on your picture, and everything should still work. After you've made all your modifications, we'll just go to File, Export, Create Video, change the seconds spent on slide to 0, create video. And one tip here is that there's a known bug in PowerPoint where exporting MP4 videos kind of gives some glitchy results. So I'm going to change this to Windows Media Video, click Save, and PowerPoint will kick out our awesome video slideshow. So if you'd like to use the template as is, that's all well and good, but here's the problem. Let's preview this slide again. And what you'll see is that it stays on screen for a certain length of time and then moves on to the next one. If we go to the Animations tab and the Animations pane, we'll see that the reason for that is that all of these awesome animations are literally baked into the slide. If you want the text to stay on screen longer so that people can, read it, it's a complete and utter nightmare to try to mess with this in PowerPoint. That's because PowerPoint as a video editor sucks. It's designed to do all kinds of great animations, but it doesn't have a timeline, and again, to add any delay in the slide itself is just almost impossible. So my new process for modifying timings on slides and adding background music is to use the proper tool for the job, a video editing program. I'm going to be using Camtasia 9, so let's jump over there and I'll show you how to line all this stuff up perfectly. So if PowerPoint is a lousy video editor, my tool of choice is going to be Camtasia 9.1 because it has a couple of really sweet features that are going to make editing this a breeze. Here I have a new project, and in the clip bin, let's go ahead and import media, navigate to where we exported our excellent video slideshow, import it, and add it to the timeline. Let's give this a preview and we'll see why I choose to use Camtasia as a video editor. You'll notice that things move really quickly, and a lot of times I want the text and imagery to stay on the screen longer. Again, in PowerPoint, this is a complete and utter nightmare, so let's fix it in Camtasia. Let's move to the beginning and go ahead and let this play again. And what I'm looking for is the point where the transition starts to happen. Let's zoom in so we can get some nice fine detail. And if I back up with the playhead to just before where that transition starts to happen, I'm going to hold my Shift key, grab the playhead, and do what's called a ripple split. I'm just going to make a hole here. Then, using one of the cool new features in Camtasia 9, I'm going to press and hold my Alt key, grab the end of the first clip that I want to have last longer, and just make it last as long as I want. I'm going to add, an extra couple of seconds here. And now, if we play that, I can continue to adjust this time to make it last as long as I want. And then the slide will progress normally. And what I'm going to do is just kind of keep repeating that process. I'll scrub the playhead till just before the new animation starts to come in up here. So right about there, hold my Shift key, make a hole, and sometimes I'll even kind of select here to decide how long I want it to stay. And again, I'm just going to add, about a little more than a second. Hold my Alt key, grab the end. If I want more time, I'll just move this down a little bit more. And basically just adjust it to be as long as you want. Pull the second one back and continue on to the next part of the slide. Just before the animation comes in, Shift key, ripple move, Alt key, extend, and complete this process through all of the various slides. Let's jump back to the beginning and give that a quick run. So now things are going to stay on the screen as long as I want them to. No fuss, no muss, just easy peasy. Another real pain in PowerPoint that we can alleviate by using a video editor is the background music. It's very difficult to make it last as long as you want in PowerPoint. So here, I'm going to go ahead and right-click on my tracks and insert a track below. Let's move our playhead to the beginning, and in your Camtasia library, you have lots of different music tracks that you can use. I actually have some others that I've added to my library, and the one I'm going to use for this particular project is this track right here. So I'm going to drop that underneath. Let's zoom to see everything on the timeline, and I'll just go ahead and make a split. At the end, delete this part. We'll go to our audio effects and add a fade out. And now our awesome video is all ready to produce out of Camtasia. So I hope you found this useful. If you'd like to check out all the templates in the Decinema 2 anamorphic collection, click the link below. I have a special bonus page. These templates are a great value, and I've got a lot of extra awesome goodies for you. Leave your comments and questions below, and hey, I'd love to see what kind of videos you make. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.